It's, I don't know what happened, I don't know how, but it feels good to win. I thought our guys are, I know our guys are gassed. You know, they're gonna be tired. We have to play tomorrow, but the only option was to keep the guys on the court at the end of the game and just ride with them. And I thought they did a hell of a job fighting through all 3 overtimes and you know, making it tough. And I don't know what that first overtime was for us, the first 3 minutes, but somehow we managed to get back in and just junking the game up. And I thought once we did that, we were composed, and Trey was good. He really got us organized, but it just feels good to win.
Coach, with having Dwayne back, is there anything that you noticed as far as energy with the team, with what he provided?
Yeah, that was it. Right from the start, I think he scored the first basket as soon as he came in the pick and roll with the dunk. Just the energy of him aggressively rolling, creating a buzz for our guys. I think he scored the second basket. He got a touch. You know, 4 or 5 blocks he had on the night. You know, just in general, his overall court energy, presence, his vocal, the side he's vocal with our guys, you know, in the timeouts, he's vocal. That's contagious, and it spread very quick. It spread in the locker room when we got him in Boston. As soon as he showed up, you know, guys were excited. As soon as he gets on the court, he impacts the game. And that's, you know, that's what we were hoping for, but his energy is contagious.
Coach, you touched upon it, but Dedmon getting it done on both ends of the floor tonight, what were you most impressed with out of him?
You know, I think when you have a guy like Dwayne, who's or any player for that matter, when they're on the court, they're not afraid to make mistakes. And the fact that he fouled out tonight was, you know, him trying to make plays, him making it hard for them, him flying all over the place. And some you're just in a bad spot, but he's making the effort. He's not giving them easy plays, and that's what's most important. You know, it isn't, I'm going to save this foul because I want to finish the game. He wants to win the game, and he's going to play it to exhaustion, and I thought he did. You know, he's going to be sore. I don't think he's played this many minutes. I know he hasn't played this many minutes at all this year. But that's playing to exhaustion, and that's playing carefree, and that's playing to make winning plays. And that's, you know, a guy that fouls out in that manner is what we're looking for.
Coach, when it comes to young teams, obviously during this long season, a lot of times it's about growth, getting through certain situations. Obviously, you started off poorly in that first overtime. You were able to fight back, get into the second overtime, and the team kind of willed themselves to a victory. Talk about the growth that you saw in this team.
Well, to me, I was Miami all over again. And, you know, I blew a game in Miami earlier this year. And took ourselves out of a position that cost us a game, and then we get into overtime and we're just flat. We had no fight, and that's what that first overtime felt like for the first 2 minutes. You know, sloppy or erratic with everything we were doing offensively, and you know, we just turned it up. We started to double team and hit the basketball. We forced a couple turnovers. We got a couple easy baskets. And then it was just basketball all over again. We didn't have to worry about, you know, being in a deficit. Our guys just played basketball for the last 2 quarters, and that's important. But that first overtime, the first 2 minutes felt like Miami all over again.
It looked like Trey made a more concerted effort in the last 15 or so minutes of the game to start getting downhill as opposed to, you know, pulling up, just get to the basket. Was there like a moment where that shifted?
Yeah, that was the game plan from the start. And they started to send Robinson pretty much everywhere Trey was. You know, D Hunt hits a big 3 because Mitchell Robinson left him, and they're trying to send the body to Trey, and Trey makes a great pass. But after that, now you got to honor it, and that's what passing does. You punish him with the pass, and now he's got to stay home and be a little decisive about when to help and how to help. Trey's got a lane; he can get downhill. He started getting some free throws, and that was really the difference.